airport right now. I'm not doing anything fancy, but I'm gonna keep you guys posted. Iceland is full of and white people, lots of white people. Anyway, so check this out. I want to show you all this place, Bakad baked. I think Bakad is like I don't know if it's Icelandic for baked. I got a pretzel from that place, and it tasted like somebody sprayed it with rubbing alcohol. It was the nastiest. When I say the nastiest pretzel I've ever eaten in my life, it was kind of crazy. Not a good first experience in Iceland. The pretzel was so nasty. I gave it to my daughter. She started chewing it. She's like, it tastes all right. And she's like, and her eyes got big real slow. My lip is kind of swollen because I think there's something, it's almost like they sprayed it with rubbing alcohol. I've never seen no shit like that. What the hell? So anyway, so we just got here, right? So it's really late. It's like 4 a.m. I think on the East Coast. Here it's morning and it doesn't get dark this time of year. So literally the sun comes up at 5 a.m. It stays up and it stays up until like midnight. So you can see here, this is more of what the airport looks like. I don't know if I can, I'm trying to see if this thing lets me turn my screen around. Let me see if there's a button I can hit. So, let me see. Oh, here we go. So here is, here's the airport. Like I said, lots of ice and lots of vanilla. Our code word will be vanilla ice. There's a lot of vanilla ice up in here. Ice, ice, baby. Because you see, ain't too many black people up in here. And it's 4:45 Eastern time. Yeah, here it's about 8:45 a.m. And I'm going to be here for 5 days. So if you want to join me in my Icelandic adventure, we're going to go see some touristy sites. And I'll try to go live at some of the sites. Here they got free Wi-Fi. So I figured I'd do some of this free airport Wi-Fi. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me all right, because I don't know how if my audio's coming through and all that stuff. I hope it is. I'm trying to poison you, Doc. Only eat your wife's food. They're trying to... They probably would. If I get poisoned, it'll be by one of these Negro naysayers. I hate black people. Black people, you're a scammer. You are blah, blah. There's so many. It's so funny. We really hate our own people more than anybody else hate. You know, I was thinking about this. I said, how in the world do you ever think you're going to get liberation or equality when every other song on the radio is calling you the N-word? Like literally every other song on the radio is nigga this, nigga that, and you think somehow you're living in some sort of free society where black people are respected. You're not. You know, everyone they kind of hate us, but they disguise it as if they love us. Now here's something interesting. Let me show you this. This is I don't know what this is, but some tourist attraction. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's in front of the airport. And I was really excited to hit the runway when I saw the runway, because I visualize runways now, because I can't wait to get back in the air and get in an airplane and fly some more. That has been so much fun. I'm telling you, if you've ever thought about getting a private pilot's license, feel free to do that. But anyway, so let's see here. So what else is here? Feel free to ask a question. If you have a question, you can ask the question. Let's see. So John said, JT, LOL. Yeah. I think it's great. I never really knew. I didn't know I was that important. I didn't know. I look at some of these videos that have my name in them. They get more views with putting my name in a video than I get by doing the video. It's crazy. I was like, well, if my name can help you make money so you can move out of your mama's basement instead of making a living off YouTube videos, and keep using my name. I'm going to keep giving you stuff to talk about. Because y'all know these Negroes can't stop me. Shoot, I ain't scared of racist white people. I ain't scared of ignorant black people. Anyway, Doc probably made another MLK statue. Oh, that's so true. That MLK statue in D.C. is the ugliest shit I ever saw in my life. Me and my wife saw it, and we were just kind of laughing. Like, we just, Now, if you see it up close, it's not as ridiculous up close. Like, you can see where they were trying to be abstract and creative, but they could have done a better job, Let's see, brother, you are in Iceland? Yes, I am. I'm in Iceland. I'm in the airport. We're just standing around waiting because, we got to get rental cars and and one of my girls is moving out of the country, and so as a result of that, we are basically hold on, let me turn. Sorry. As a result of that, we're on a 5-day stop over in Iceland. Let's see here. Damn, I miss seeing your posts on IG. Yeah, Max, IG. Well, I'm on Instagram. I mean, Dr. Boyce Finance. If you want to still follow, just look up Dr. Boyce Finance. I'm still up there. Just, yeah, that big Instagram page. You know, that's the thing. I use my pages a lot because you never know when they're going to be gone. You know, and I use my Instagram page a lot to build up other platforms. So, because I know that they could come in and take your stuff down at any moment, and you got to be ready for that. So we were ready. We were prepared. We just, you know, I've never had a setback in my life that didn't lead to a better comeback. I've never had anything bad happen in my life that I can think of that didn't make me stronger, more prepared, more capable. You know, like, for example, the reason I have such a strong platform now is because my platform was taken away in 2008. In 2008, y'all don't know this, but I got banned from CNN and Fox. Fox News and CNN didn't fuck with me anymore. Because I offended both sides. I somehow find the ability to offend everyone. So, you know, because I just believe in my truth, and I'm gonna stick with it. I'm not scared of nobody. I don't need, you know, all these stupid alliances where we get on our knees and, you know, kind of do the bidding for white folks or whatever. I didn't do any of that. So CNN, I was surprised that CNN banned me because at that time I thought liberals were our allies, which I learned later on that they're not. But Fox News, I wasn't surprised when they banned me because I started realizing that the conservatism was not my cup of tea, and I saw the racism there. So long story short, we have to have our own independent, unique space. And really, it's not even a black space. Not all black people fit. Not all black people should be invited to the party. Not all black people really want what's best for all black people. I'm talking about intelligent black people, literally. So you're talking about a niche on top of a niche on top of a niche. So I'm not aiming for quantity. I don't need millions of people following me. I'm looking for... Damn. Hold on. Did I lose y'all? I think I lost y'all. I might have lost my connection. I don't know how long this Icelandic free Wi-Fi lasts. You know, it's Europe. Everything's free. Can y'all see me now? Give me a yes, you can see me now. Anyway, so it was really burning hot in New York. And Iceland is super cold. It's actually like, well, not super cold. It's like 50 degrees. So a big temperature variation. It's very easy to get sick on a trip like this. Let me see here. I'm looking more at your questions. You're buffering? Yeah, I know I'm buffering. Sorry. It's European Wi-Fi. So if you could be patient, like if I look like I disappear, just give it a second. There's a good chance I'll come back. Let's see here. I'm looking. Feel free to put your questions in if you have any questions. Anybody sees a heat wave? Yes. Very, very hot. That alcohol smell in your pretzel is from over fermentation caused by the yeast. Really? Oh my gosh. It was terrible. Oh, I almost wanted to throw up. I've never tasted a pretzel that bad. I couldn't believe that they served that to a human being. What happened to Treff? Apparently, the Tulsa Fund, I guess, is having trouble. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't really... Jay is my friend, and I have lots of friends, some of whom have had tremendous success. Some of them have had mixed outcomes. I got, you know, and that's it. He's my friend. I'm not a person that will not be someone's friend just because they're struggling with something. My point to everybody who has something to say about Treff is I said, why are you so insistent upon going after this small black business when you got white people taking billion-dollar bags out of the black community? That's what I don't understand. You walk right past the white man. This is that fear. You're afraid of white people. Because you literally will walk right past a white man that just... Grant Cardone, these niggas ain't saying nothing about Grant Cardone. They ain't saying nothing about all these big corporations that are taking billions. You know, I mean, the Tulsa Fund is a small business. Maybe Jay's fee wasn't, you know, what it should have been. You know, I don't know. I mean, maybe there were some mistakes made. You know what I mean? I don't regret it because I'm glad I supported it. I will support a black person. I've supported hundreds and hundreds of black people. That's all I'll say. You know, I've supported Michi X. I gave her first platform. I've supported Yvette Carnell. She created Breaking Brown. I created Breaking Brown with her. I gave her the funding and the platform to start her Breaking Brown. And these people are people who aren't even grateful for what I did to help them. But I don't regret it because I believe in helping people. And even though you're an asshole, you know, I think you're not a good person. I just am okay with helping people. Because the reason, what you got to understand as black people, is that a lot of your ability to build economically does not occur because you don't have trust in each other. You give up on each other. And the reason you don't trust each other is because the first person you go after, when you look at, I mean, all the people that are scamming black people, all the people that are getting billions from the black community, you go after a small black business owner that made a few $100,000, maybe a couple million, but you say nothing about a corporation that might have made $10 billion giving black people cancer. And that's crabs in a barrel. It's silly. In fact, I even go as far as saying that everybody on the internet who I can withstand this, right? I'm fine. I'm emotionally capable of dealing with the nonsense because I know childishness when I see it. I've gone as far as told these guys, like, look, keep making videos about me. If making videos about me, I understand how the YouTube game works. You make a video about me, it gets 60,000 views, you make a few $100, your financial situation's better. I want you to make money using my name, talk shit about me all day, dog me out, whatever. I ain't shit. I'm just a regular guy who's doing his best. If that will put you in a better financial situation to the point where you don't spend your time being jealous of another black person who's doing better than you, then I am all for seeing you succeed. I'm all for seeing you make a couple dollars. Because I just don't think that, it's not to say that I think the Tulsa Fund is perfect. I'm just telling my experience. I'm happy when I go to the Black House. None of these people have built a building for black people. They can't even build a building. They can't even buy a property to, and at least we got the Black House, and everything else. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's more to it. But I didn't put money in there because I thought that it was gonna make me rich. I put the money in there because I wanted to support something that I believed in. And I do believe in. I believe in the Black House. I like the Black House. We did not have a Black House before that, and so I guess people can be mad if they want to, but my thing is, like, get it out of your system. Talk crazy about Jay if you want. Yvette Carnell is kind of a dirty dog. She kind of will play political games. She's scammed the shit out of people before, so I guess scammers know scammers. I have no idea, but I feel like she scammed me. I really do. I feel like she was using my channel to build her own platform and all that, and didn't compensate me a single penny for that. After you finish attacking black people, I'd like for you to start talking about white people too, because they're the ones who are really getting the black dollars. 90-something% of all black go to white people, but you have no time to talk about them. All you have time to talk about is the one black guy who at least tried to do something that you're too afraid to do. And I think that's repulsive, especially when when you have used other people to even get the platform that you have. All these people, I know these. Yvette used my platform. Tone used my platform. I was very nice to him. A lot of these, and I've challenged him and I've said, what white people are you going after? Why are you always going after your own? And I think I've seen a lot of brothers who said that, like, why does he just hate black people that much? Why is he always looking for a black business as if he's protecting black dollars? You're not protecting black dollars. You're protecting white dollars when you behave that way. And I just really think we have to grow up. So that's keep talking about me in the videos. That's fine. They've been talking about me for 20 years. I ain't never scared. I ain't never worried about that shit. I have a question. Is it a good idea to the U.S. or leave? And where would you live outside the United States? I don't know. I think it's important. I think it's good to travel. Period. I think moving out. I'm gonna go sit over here. I think Africa's nice. I think. I think traveling is just something everybody should do, and I think you should get your kids a passport so they just know that they have options in terms of places they can go and live. Can you recommend good books on options trading? I don't have a favorite. I can't even. I mean, most of what I learned about options came from my PhD program, so I can't. As much as I wish I could point out a certain book or something like that, I don't have any books in mind because I learned it in a different way. I learned it with like mathematical theory and stuff, kind of high level esoteric stuff. And so I didn't have to like read a book on how to do it. I just kind of understood it from a very deep fundamental kind of level, so I wish I could name a book. I just don't have any in mind. What banks do you recommend we put our money in the U.S.? Well, there are black-owned banks. Unfortunately, a lot of black-owned banks get hit with fear, uncertainty, and doubt too. Even Greenwood Bank, I think there's a lawsuit with Greenwood Bank or something, so people don't trust Greenwood Bank. But a lot of people don't understand that businesses don't grow because you don't trust them as much as you trust white people. Because when people don't trust an institution, they don't support the institution. And so, one of the challenges we have is that I can't think of any black-owned banks that really have the public trust at a high enough level that people will put their money there. So I would say at the very least, whatever bank you put your money in, I'm a believer in putting your money in multiple places. I don't believe in having all your money in one investment account or one bank. I don't know if that's good for you. Let's see here. Boyce, can you go on JT so you and Jay can clarify why black people lost 14 million and it doesn't seem to bother you? Well, first of all, I don't think black people lost 14 million, actually. They might, but a couple million might have been lost. But remember, you lost $1 billion to Popeye's Chicken last year alone. And I told the JT guy, he can call me, he can reach out to me, he can email me, and I'd be happy to talk to him. But I want to talk about things that matter. Destroying a black-owned business, even if the business isn't a place that I would do business with. And again, most of the people that talk about the Tulsa Fund are just people that are jealous. They've never invested a nickel in it. They're just basically seeking and destroying. You have people that can't build anything, so it's easier for them to just sit to the side. He would have gone to jail. They would have arrested him. The SEC did an investigation. That investigation probably cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars to defend themselves. So right there, just by drawing fear, uncertainty, and doubt on that project, hurt the project. It's just like with Bitcoin. Whenever the congressmen try to say, well, Bitcoin is full of scammers, it makes the price of Bitcoin go down. It makes people believe in crypto less. So, I'll say this. People need to stop deflecting. And whenever I say, why aren't you going after white people, stop deflecting and saying, well, what about that nigga over there? What about that nigga over there? That nigga took $2. He took $2 from me. So that word deflecting is the perfect word to describe the fact that no one's responded to my critique. No one's responded to the question I've asked. Like I've said, look, you spent 2 years talking about a black-owned business. 2 years you spent doing this. Are you going to move on, or is this your crowning achievement? Destroying a black business. Is that all you can do? And you didn't even lose no money. You didn't even put no money in here. So shut your broke ass up. Seriously. Like really, it's crazy to me. So I would just say at the end of the day, man, people have to grow up. But you don't have wealth in the community because you've got a lot of 45-year-old teenagers, and I think, honestly, this is one of the reasons why I literally went out of my way to tell them, keep making your videos about me. Put me in the title, put me in the headline, because my people that know me, they've been rocking with me they've seen 22,000 videos I've done. You can't question whether I'm in this game. You can say Boyce is a jerk. That would be true sometimes. You can say Boyce has made mistakes. Absolutely. You can say Boyce ain't perfect. 100%. I never said I was. But you can't say I haven't put in the work. So my reputation can take the hit. You can say everything you want to say. White people have hated me since I was a baby. A lot of black people don't like me because they think I'm uppity. I give zero shits about that. So my thing, I've said to them, keep using my name in your videos if that's going to make you money, because hopefully if you're making money, then you will start taking on the real targets. You'll join me in taking on the big corporations that are really hurting the community. The record labels have taken $1 trillion in economic value from the black community by literally calling you a nigga in every other song. You'll take on the companies that make billions of dollars selling black people unhealthy food. You'll start doing things like that, as opposed to thinking that taking money out of a small black business is somehow benefiting you. There's plenty of black men and women out here that got criminal records. Seriously, it does kind of bother me. It makes me very sad, because that's why we don't get ahead. Because these people have not built a damn thing. They haven't done anything good for the community except make YouTube videos. And I just really think, and in fact, many of them are scamming people. They're asking you to donate to their GoFundMe, donate to my Cash App, and they're giving nothing in return. People are losing 100%. They've taken Yvette Carnell has taken hundreds of thousands of dollars from the community, begging for people to just give money to her Cash App. She doesn't promise you that she's even going to try to invest the money. Seriously, she's not. There's not even a statement like, I'm going to invest and create wealth for you. It's like, I'm going to create wealth for me and my white wife by having you put money in my Cash App. So you're basically like a Umar Johnson. That's what she becomes. She's another nonsense. Please go. Because there's a lot of quotes out here about people that can talk all day about what other people are trying to do, but will do nothing themselves, because it's always easier to criticize than it is to actually try. It's easier to criticize than it is to realize. And so I challenge y'all. I'll invest in you too, and then you come back and show me. You go build a black house too. See if you can do it. I support. I gave money to Umar. I've given money to so many black people, and I mean I've given $51,000 to Mel. Like seriously, like I've gave that money. So I've given. I'm the only person on the internet to say I'm not bragging, but it's true. I'm the only person on YouTube streets who could say I gave significant money to a lot of the people who criticize me. Now, the reason they criticize me is because I stopped giving them money because I realized they're creepy, dirty human beings. You know, you're cussing people out, being mean to everybody. Cornell disrespected Farrakhan, you know, and Don Anderson, and all these people that they never said nothing negative to her. She's an unhappy, sick human being, you know, and she needs therapy, and you can look and you can see it in her face. Activity is crazy. Anyway, let me keep going. Let's see here. Okay. Well, I'm not going to respond to you, Robert. Robert's what I call a Negro naysayer. Naysayers are the people that find a problem for every solution. They don't engage because they're looking to find a solution or a better outcome. They're just looking to be mad because I think Robert probably got a problem or something. What's up? Is it? Okay. No, tell them that they got one of them that'll come back. We can't break all these bags. Yeah, tell them that they need to come back. Well, they need to sit their back because we can't. Can't slow. Robert is psychotic. Yeah, it's okay. And is it? Now, what are they saying we need to do?
They just got picked up to go get brought to their car. They're going to bring their car back.
Okay.
So I can go get the car that we got back, so we can get these bags out here, but not all the bags. Some of them are staying here in stores.
Got it.
So we can like start to move some of them out, so we can get this from an unmanageable amount of things to a manageable amount of things.
Okay.
So like one person can bring bags out.
Okay.
To a car. Everybody else stays here, and then we can kind of do like slow like that. I think that's maybe the best way to go.
Okay. So you want me to help you out or stay here?
Get the car first. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I can do that first. You guys can hang out here.
Okay.
And then Amber's just sitting outside with some others. So she could come bring some bags out with me. She can sit with them. And then we'll load those up.
I just would have thought came back to that.
Amber is sitting with side that she's going to meet with.
Honestly deflected. How can I find this professor with a PhD allegedly support? I support you and I don't know anything about your business. What I'm saying to you is me want to give a brother a chance is not saying everything that the brother does. A lot of brothers make mistakes. And whether this is a mistake or not, I know because I'm focusing on I take on white people. I'm not interested in spending my life fighting black people. That was one of the reasons why you saw me work out on Willie D's channel with Corey Holcomb. Because, Corey is not, I give people to fight. I'd rather fight Joe Biden than Corey Holcomb. So I think that it's not a matter of, first of all, my PhD is real, and you can question it if you want to, but whatever, I don't, that doesn't bother me. But what I'll say is, y'all need to stop being petty, man. That's just a petty ass shit. Seriously, you talking about $1 billion. White folks literally took $1 billion from you. Like, literally scamming, selling you bullshit. Mark Zuckerberg made $3 billion off black people alone and get nothing. You literally created content like a digital sharecropper, and he's selling your content to advertisers. And you can't take that on, but yet you'll go after your own business and spend 2-3 years doing it and don't even realize that this was driven by jealous people who are manipulated to get you to make him public enemy number one. I'm just sitting here saying I think it's weird. I think it's tacky. It's not worth my time. And the other thing too is that I bet Robert Farrar didn't put a nickel into the fund. So he's, everybody knows somebody who talk a lot of shit but won't actually support anything. So, I think that he's probably an unhappy person who's just jealous. It's jealousy, man. There's so much jealousy. It's crazy. Oh, thank you. Let's see here. Is it a possibility that the Tulsa Fund investments are being sabotaged? I'm really not sure what they're doing over there, but in real estate, it's odd that several investments should go bad. Yeah, I don't know. I know that they have investor meetings, and I think if you're an investor, you should ask questions. I just don't bother them because I have hundreds of investments that are much bigger than the one I put in the Tulsa Fund, and I want to give the business time to correct its mistakes. Oh, over there? Okay, thank you, Rosie. I was way too smart to invest in grifters. You ain't invested in nothing, Robert. Robert's, I'm sure Robert's 401k account got $8.45 in it. Thank you. Robert invested in his cousin Pookie's liquor store. Come on, Robert. You know you invested in that job at Burger King, brother. Come on now. All right, let me see here. Next question. Don't take his meds. Oh, his meds? Let me see. I'm looking at more of your questions. Oh, so feel free to put a question in the chat. Robert's been in business for 35 years. Yeah, right. I believe you. Sure. Yeah, so, well, maybe JT can do an analysis of your business and point out every single time you've ever made a mistake. Maybe that'll make the black community better if we destroy Robert's business. Wow, the algorithm guides actually showed me the live notification. Yeah. Because I talk about racial stuff, I'm sure I'm shadow banned. I think if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified when I go live. Robert would have $500 less if he had taken your advice. No, I didn't give you advice. I don't give financial advice. You're obviously slow because you've never heard 1,000 times that this is not financial advice. So the other thing too is, though, at the same time, I think you should be willing to donate $500 to a own entity. White people do it, and they don't. They'll donate $500 to something they believe in, and not expect anything back. I'm not saying that that's the way you should approach the Tulsa Fund, but I think that. I think also the other thing you got to remember is that you didn't have to invest. Nobody told you that you had to invest. Nobody told you that you had to be a part of this. And most of the critics, 99% of them, never put a nickel in. So if you're not invested in black people, then just shut up. You just sound like a Klansman right now. Amazing how Boyce, the PhD, resorts to shaming instead of holding the grifters accountable. No, the grifters are the people that are taking billions out of the black community. You're not holding the grifters accountable. Next question. Any other questions? Here you go deflecting again. Yeah, you're deflecting. Stop deflecting. I'm asking you a simple question. How come you're not challenging white people the way you challenge black people? White people are the ones who get the most money. You're not protecting black dollars. You're destroying black-owned businesses because you are not going after the people who are taking black dollars. If you really cared about black dollars, you would be challenging the people who are taking black dollars at a high level. You're only talking about the Tulsa Fund because it's fun and it's popping and it's popular right now. And you've been talking about it for 2 years. Everybody knows how you feel. Don't invest, asshole. If you don't want to invest, just don't invest. Take your money and go somewhere else. But dude, this obsession, I'm gonna go digitally lynch this nigga. Cause this nigga, he got $4.18 from me, and my cousin Pookie put $50 in there, and he got. That's crazy to me. That's a mental illness. You know that this has existed since slavery, right? You do understand that there's no greater enemy to black people than other black people, and you do this for the same gangbangers will run down the street, shoot up a black man in front of his grandma's house, and will never ever raise a gun to a white man. It's crazy to me. That's kind of sad, kind of very to me. I followed you back in the day and woke up. You shouldn't follow me, Robert. In fact, Robert, you keep crazy. I'm gonna just tell you. I'm gonna liberate you from this form. So let's see. You taught me the power of selling options and stock things. You're absolutely welcome. I'm glad I could help you. Skull chastising a black business for its blatant gross and negligent. I hate ink on black businesses. Not, but when you do 8,000 videos saying the same thing over and over again, and you're being led by two people who have been stealing from black people for years, Tone and Yvette, literally having people donate to their Cash App, and they're giving nothing. If you compare their return on investment to Jay's return on investment, it's no comparison. they give nothing. They just take your money and give you nothing back. And you say, well, what am I gonna get from my Cash App donation? You're gonna get more YouTube videos. I was just gonna do more YouTube videos, destroying more black people with me and my white wife. I just gonna do. That's all you get. So if you want to talk about scammers, people who are just having you donate to the Cash App me. That's all that, I just kind of think it's odd. At least he tried to give you something back. Now again, if you don't like the performance, I'm not telling you you have to invest. I'm not a person who's gonna say, oh, well, you should go and put more money into it. If you don't want to do it, you shouldn't. But at least he tried to get you an ROI, and that black house is real. That black house is realer than anything Yvette, JT, or any of these people have ever built. None of them can ever say they built anything as good as the Black House. The Black House is helping so many people. Thousands of people are able to go there. They're mentoring youth in that school. They're doing all kinds of stuff there that none of these grifters on the internet are doing. All these people on the internet are doing is talking on their YouTube channels. That's it. And I've even told them, if that's what you need, if you need to put my name and my face in your videos to get more views, because I did not know that my face and my name would draw that much attention. I didn't think I was that important, but it's great. I love it. It's like, cool. Thank you. Like, keep talking. Like, do that. If that will make you more money, I want you to make more money, because maybe if you make more money, you won't be so jealous. Yvette Carnell, I've known Yvette very well. I gave Yvette her first start. She begged me to share her articles. She asked to use my YouTube channel. I paid her thousands of dollars because she could not pay her own bills. You say is that she's a jealous human being. And I would like to see her get more money on her little YouTube channel so she'll stop being so goddamn jealous. Are you mad because he has a penis and you don't? Are you mad because he's making money and you're not? I swear to God, do you know that I used to get text messages back when I didn't really pay much? Oh, what? Stay with this? Okay. I never, oh wait, here, is that my bag? You taking my stuff? You want me to stay here with this?
Well, unless you want to bring it, I didn't
Well,
know.
I want to keep don't leave my backpack here. I'm going to take my backpack with me wherever we go.
We put this in the car.
Okay,
Ain't
in the
you
car? Yeah. But seriously, my thing is like, I hope you make enough on your YouTube channel that you'll stop being jealous. I used to get text messages. I went to Costa Rica in 2016 or 2015, and somebody sent me a message and they said, do you notice that your friend Yvette Carnell starts really passive aggressively attacking you every time you travel? And I was like, no. What? Why would she care if I was? And somebody said that. I kid you not, they said that. And in hindsight, I look back at that. And if you look at the energy, like some of the people, you can see who they are by looking at how they talk. They're real negative, real toxic, real angry, real upset. And that's why the whole ADOS movement pretty much died, because Yvette killed it. Because she does not, anything she touches dies. She kills things. And so, because she's got this like, because she's not happy. She's not a happy person. Tone is an insecure person. He's very jealous. So it's like I'm going to find any black person who's doing better and I'm going to just talk about them all day because this is my only source of power. And my position on this has been, I tried to help Tone. I was like, you can use my channel. I'll support you. But the problem is that these people are not mentally well. They really need therapy. They really need to understand that if you want to beat up on Jay Morrison, that's fine. But when are you going to stop? Like, is the goal, is that all you're going to accomplish in your life, is talking about one person? That's very small-minded. It limits your potential. It means you haven't accomplished anything. And I've even volunteered myself. Like, I want you to keep talking about me, again, if that will boost your channel and help you make enough money where you're not jealous anymore, because I'm sick and tired of this crabs in a barrel. I ain't got no nickels in my pocket, so I'm going to get mad at this Negro because he got a couple dollars and he's not living in the dirt like me. It's just kind of weird to me. It's very strange. And remember, again, you can't say you're doing it because you're protecting anybody. You're not helping anybody. Why? Well, because let's say Jay Morrison took $2 million. Let's say that he got $2 million from his deals. Whatever. Again, Mark Zuckerberg has made $3 billion off your black ass and you ain't said a damn thing. He's made $3 billion this year on black people alone, and he makes $3 billion every year off the black community just from your Facebook posts, because you're creating free content from stealing your content. He's selling it to corporations, and you're not saying anything about that. So I would just say, and that's just one of probably 1,000 examples we could give of where white people are getting 1,000 times more money than any black-owned business is getting at all, and people have nothing to say about it. I just think that is odd. Let's just say odd. Anyway. Let's see, JT and Eli. Oh, I'm not going, Robert. I'm not going to read your comment, man. You kind of said a lot. You always continue to downtrodden Pookie and Ray Ray when we are the soldiers and warriors. No, that's not true. You're not being a soldier and a warrior. The Pookie and the Ray Ray is not the warrior in the community. The Pookie and the Ray Ray can also show up as the Negro naysayer. The Pookie and the Ray Ray can also be the one who gets your daughter pregnant and abandons the baby. The Pookie and the Ray Ray is also the Negro that'll shoot somebody, shoot another black person, and walk right past a bunch of white people in order to do it. So just make it clear. I'm from the streets. My father's from the streets. I grew up. I was born in the projects. I was poorer than you. So don't get into the poverty Olympics with me, because I'm going to win that. I know what it's like to not have enough. My father has killed people. Both of my fathers, my stepfather and my father, were both hooked on drugs. I have dealt with incarceration. I've dealt with all these things in my family. And so at the end of the day, stop disrespecting poor black people by acting like this behavior is the behavior that we should expect from all working class people. No, it's not true. It's just not. What I'm saying to you is that, this white man got on your neck, got you walking around here looking like a bitch, where you're sitting here and you're attacking each other, and you ain't got the guts or the testicles to stand up to him. But you'll stand up and you'll jump on a bandwagon on a black-owned business and spend 3 years talking about one damn business. 3 years. Okay, it's done. You've done it. You accomplished your goal. Maybe the Tulsa Fund will go bankrupt. If that will make you happy, maybe all those people will lose all their money if that's what you're seeking to do. But when are you going to take on white people? When are you going to take on white supremacy? What are you doing to build anything? Is your goal simply to seek and destroy? Is your goal simply to see everything burn to the ground? Because I can tell you, I know some of these people better than any of y'all know them. There's a reason I kicked Yvette Carnell out of my life. There's a reason I didn't want nothing to do with Tone. And these guys, they're mad. They're mad about it. They're hot. And I tell them, I say, look, keep making videos about me. Keep bitching. You can be mad all day if you want to. So you can scream and holler about me for the next 45 years. I give zero shits because I gave you a chance. I put you on my platform. I was hooking you up, and you abused it because you're not a well human being. You need therapy. You need help. But then again, who am I to talk? I think all of us as black people have a little Negroitis in us. We all have that slave culture. And even I have a therapist, and I'm very proud to have a therapist, because even I know that I can be fucked up sometimes. Lord Jesus, even me talking to you about this in this way probably shows a lot of my flaws, because I get really triggered when I see black people that just refuse to grow. The need to grows. They call them need to grows. Dr. Claude Anderson calls them need to grows. And I'm saying to you, when are you going to grow? That's it. When are you going to grow? And I want to be around the black people that want to grow. I ain't got patience. I don't care if you're Pookie or Ray Ray, or if you ain't got no education or you're broke. But if you want to stay uneducated, I can't rock with you. If you broke and you want to stay broke, I can't rock with you. If you're broken and you want to stay broken, I can't rock with you. I want to elevate out of that. I want to grow. I want to evolve. I want to love my black wife. I want to raise children. I want to build an empire. And believe me, I'm very proud of the stuff that we built. I'm very proud of our empire. It ain't perfect. I'm sure it's going to get darts thrown at it all the time. But again, if I'm not scared of white supremacy, if I've been fighting the white man for 25 years, I'm definitely not scared of no Negro naysayers. But I understand slavery. In slavery, usually when black people got taken down, it was from another black person. I understand the history. But again, I'm also built for war. My father was a soldier. I'm mentally tough. I'm not afraid of any of it. And in fact, I'm so unafraid of it that I'm literally encouraging them to, every video you do, I want you to do 5 more. I want you to keep on. I want you to have like the Boyce Watkins hour every week on your channel. And if that gets you 50,000 views that will help you pay your bills, I want your bills to be paid. I want you to be good, because you being successful, you making money, you having bread in your basket does not affect me. It does not harm me, because we got bigger fish to fry out here. We got bigger things to do. So go pay your bills, and after you finish paying your bills, you'll be less jealous. And then what's going to happen at some point is that if your platform gets big enough, then someone will eventually come along, some younger person, some of y'all 41, 42 years old. By the time you're about 45, some younger person trying to get on YouTube, trying to get some followers, is going to start using your name and start lying, making things up, saying things that are slanderous about you, so they can get views on their channel. It's a process. That's just so that's it. That's how I see it. That's how I analyze it. I'm not even offended by it. I'm just annoyed by it. It's like Lord Jesus, man. Like people just, I guess people just want, that's what they do. They just make stuff up. All right. So anyway, let me read some more of your questions. You're a guest in a European country talking about white supremacy. Oh, I go around the world. I love going to every country on the planet. If I could go to every country on the planet, I would. Let's see here. Robert says, why are you continuing to belittle them instead of holding them, your grifter comrades, accountable? Well, I'm an investor in the Tulsa Fund. I hold them accountable for my investment, but you have no investment, so you have no right to do the same things that I might do. But believe me, I have conversations with all the black businesses I invest in. Believe me, you have no idea. I've invested, people come to me for money all the time, and I've invested in dozens of businesses in the black community. A lot of them really disappointed me. I loaned money to there was one influencer. A lot of these influencers are struggling. Let's just be honest. And there was one lady who borrowed money, and it was to the tunes of thousands of dollars. I helped her out. She did not pay me back. She paid me back maybe 400 of it, and then wasn't taking my calls anymore. And so believe me, I know things about some of these people that I would never even share because I don't even think it's worth it. But it would be scandalous. It would be very scandalous. So believe me, some of these people, the way they do dirt in the background is kind of crazy. You'd be shocked if you heard every story I could share with you. I have a great memory from a few years ago when you were in Jamaica and you took a wrong turn and that chick that was with you started to panic. Yeah, I know, right? That was my wife, by the way. That wasn't no chick. That was my beautiful wife. All right, let me see here. Robert Farrer. I'm here, James, trying to wake up the yellow school bus drivers. How come the haters talk the most? Good Lord. Ain't y'all got something else? Are you married to a white man? Is that what James Williams? I don't know. I didn't see that. Divested elevation. WM allow you to be successful so you can go to their country and talk down on people online. Okay, don't know what that means. Did you visit the Hidden History Museum? I haven't visited yet. One day I'm gonna get out there though. I support what Tariq did. I like the fact that he built it. You're a coward. Oh, come on, man. Let's kill all that, brother. Let's not even get into that. I don't know what you're talking about, Jamaica, but whatever. Okay, yeah, whatever. Whatever you want to say, that's cool. All right, so if anybody has any questions that are not disrespectful, and actually, I'm going to go ahead and let the disrespectful people go, because I realize that what I do is I end up getting distracted by some of the nonsense, and it makes me feel bad because y'all got to hear this silly stuff. So let me go ahead and get rid of some of the people that should not be here. Am I coming to Switzerland? I am not coming to Switzerland anytime soon, but I will come one day. I always wanted to visit. So just so you know, I got rid of some of those people because I apologize for. They are fans, right? And the way I kind of like it. See, this is my problem. You know what it is? My therapist explained this to me, and my wife explained it because my wife's a therapist. I was traumatized as a kid. I was very traumatized, and I was raised by a very tough man who could sometimes bully. So when somebody bullies me, when somebody tries to bully me, they can't bully me. When they try, I get really triggered. And she says, Boyce, you're always fighting. You're always a fighter. And I'm trying to sort of deal with that because I've always felt as a black man, you just have so many fights. You got to compete with the white man. You got to compete with other black people that just, for whatever reason are toxic in their own way. So my toxicity definitely comes out in that when I start seeing stuff, like I'm just, I like proving to myself I'm not backing down from a fight. But at the same time, though, it's not beneficial or healthy because some of you are not here for any of that. Some of you are here to be supportive, and I have to remember that. So I apologize for letting myself get distracted if that was not the best side of me. If you were not a finance professor, what other profession would you have chosen? a computer scientist probably. I like computers a lot, or just entrepreneur. I think every black child, especially boys, should learn how to be entrepreneurs. Like if you really want to make money, like I thought to make money you had to go to school and get a lot of education so you can get a good job. If I went back in time and wanted to make money, I would just become the best entrepreneur I could be. I would take every entrepreneurship class I could possibly get my hands on to learn how to be the best money man. Sorry, one of our group just got here, so I had to go text her. Let's see here. Thank you for answering, Doc. We all got flaws, and I adore your messages. Thank you again, Doc. Thank you. I'm going public. I appreciate that. You look like a divester. Uh-oh. Much love from Brooklyn, says Johnny. Much love to you, too. Right, no time to waste minutes on nobody. Keep on doing what you're doing. I'm looking forward to getting into your school and having my sons join as well. Many blessings. Well, blessings to you, too. Blessings to you, too. Again, as much as I can say I regret addressing the nonsense, and I found myself getting in a pattern, in a loop, because I saw it was the same two people making all the comments, and that's when I had to remove them from the chat. I still think that there's some benefit to that though too, because I feel like this is kind of what we're dealing with. This is what we're up against. These individuals that if the Tulsa Fund isn't something that you want to invest in, you shouldn't invest in it. Just if the trust isn't there for whatever reason, then don't participate. But when you see a black-owned business that isn't meeting the standard that you would like for it to meet, you have a couple of choices. You can either walk away and not participate, or you can step in and give constructive critique, under the assumption that if I give you this constructive critique, it's going to make you do things better. I don't really think that, like, if I go to a black-owned restaurant and I feel the prices are too high or the food wasn't good, it shouldn't be my goal to make sure that that restaurant goes out of business. Don't get me wrong, maybe they should be a business, but when I've got like another restaurant, a McDonald's across the street that's making millions of dollars and this tiny business is not making even a fraction of that, I don't really know if that is the biggest fish I could be frying. That's my point. And that's one thing that slows me down when I get too caught up in fighting with another black person, is I realize, wait a minute, there's bigger fish out here to deal with, and I just really don't understand why why a lot of the critics don't talk about white people at all. They're just so scared. It's almost like they feel powerless. Like if I say something about white people, they're just going to ignore me. They're going to keep going on with their day. But I have the power to destroy a black business if I want to. And I think that is the crabs in a barrel. That's that destructive mindset that's really existed since slavery. Let's see here. Is it a nonsense question or questions you don't like? I don't know what you mean by that, divested. So you got to reiterate that or explain that further. You need stronger reading comprehension skills. Oh, are y'all going back and forth? Okay, well I'm gonna let y'all have y'all's conversation. Let's see here. Does Stone have a white woman if she isn't his wife? I'm just trying to understand the person's previous comment. Oh, I don't know. Is he dating a white woman? The lady that I met that was dating him was a biracial lady, and she happens to, I think she was like, she's a little bit off. I think she's interesting. I'll just say that. I'm not going to talk about it. I'll say that she did a video. She did a video where she talked about how she slept with some guy just so she could get a laptop. And she was mad because she had sex with him. He didn't give her the laptop. I said, man, you need to quit hanging with these cheap ass women, dude. But she was the one, and she apparently wasn't loyal, because when I did talk to her, she said, I don't know why Tone is so obsessed with you. I asked him, I said, are you jealous of Boyce or what? And I was thinking, gosh, that must be terrible to have to like be with a woman that's literally going to say something like that about you to another man. Like my wife does not talk to my enemies like that. She's not going to be on the phone with some guy who hates my guts and be like spilling all the beans like that. So you got to be careful about the people that you let into your circle. So apparently he doesn't have good selection, I guess, when it comes to women. I don't know. He needs to pick better options. Those teeth got you discussing topics that don't matter, sir. You like my teeth? What do y'all think? It's a nice smile? Shit, it wasn't cheap. It was hard work. They tore my whole face up. I had to be put under, and they spent so much time, and I did pay money. And when I was a kid, it's a generational curse. When I was a kid, my mother did not take me to the dentist enough, and I paid a price. And as I got older, I just said, okay, I'm gonna confront this. I'm gonna fix it, and that's what I did. And people made fun of me. That was another time. A lot of people made fun of me. I didn't give a shit. I was like, it's all right. That's the thing. You got to let go of yourself. You got to try your best. The more you can let go of your own ego, the better you're gonna be at dealing with criticism or whatever. You just have to let it go. Like stop don't internalize things. Just be the best you can be, do the best you can, and keep it moving. Ain't nobody perfect up in this game. You know what helps me deal with criticism? One is self-love. I'm gonna love myself no matter what. Two is I know that none of the people criticizing me are any more or less perfect than me. Three, I have a gift. I'm good at what I do. You can't take that away. And I'm going to execute my gift at the highest level. And that's just what it is. So I would encourage anybody, don't ever let things that people say. There you go. Another thing, that's a good one too, Cherie. Take yourself too seriously. If you start thinking that you're perfect and trying to prove to the world that you're perfect, then people will do all they can to knock you off that perfection perch. So my thing is I'm like, yeah, I made some mistakes. Oof. Lord Jesus, I made mistakes, but guess what? That's what makes me better, because I've made the same mistakes that many of y'all are making right now, or that you have made, and I came back from that. And so maybe that actually makes my testimony that much more powerful, right? I'm not a guy who's always done everything right. So, but I am a guy who learned the value of doing his best. And so that's all I'll be able to do is do my best. So anyway, I might have to go. Give me 1 second. I got to check to see if my other daughter has landed, because I might have to go in a minute. Give me a second, guys. If anybody has any questions, any decent, respectful questions, I will answer those questions. It's sad to see all the black folks attacking each other. I think we all have to do our due diligence, and if it isn't for you, it isn't. As black folks, it's the best version of yourself to elevate. I agree. I think it's sad. And what it is this ego. I've seen people that had nothing going on, and they get online, they get a couple of followers, and next thing you know, they think the whole world revolves around them. And I've seen it happen 1,000 times. In fact, it was kind of depressing, because I would let people use my YouTube channel like I did with Yvette Carnell, and I would literally see their egos just inflate overnight because a couple people liked their videos, and I just got tired of it. It's just stupid. It's like you're on a fucking YouTube channel. Like, get over yourself. Anyway, let's see here. Divest to elevation. Nobody takes black men like Boyce seriously. Ooh, that was a toxic comment. Your personal life must be in the toilet. I'm sorry about whatever black man hurt your feelings. All right. Anyway, I'm going to get on out of here, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Let's see. You must be talking about Tariq Nasheed. He's that type of dude. No, I mean, Tariq is not perfect either, for sure. But Tariq is good at what he does. He's good at what he does. And what I like about Tariq is that Tariq, even when he disagrees with me, he understands that we don't have to fight each other, that we've got bigger things out there to fight, and that we're better off being friends than we are being enemies. Somebody does not have to be perfect to be your ally. Somebody does not have to agree with you on every point for you to have an allegiance with them, right? And one of the problems that you have, the reason there's so much crabs in a barrel division, is because people will use any disagreement as an excuse to have a fight, and then next thing you know, you don't have any allies. You have nobody that supports you. And that's trauma. In case you go look it up, that's what trauma does. We traumatize the shit out of each other and cut each other off. And then next thing you know, white people win. White people always win because we're so divided and so factioned that, we can't make progress. And let me make this final point. This is another really important point that I think you got to understand. If you look at the history, if you watch that video by that black CIA agent, I'm absolutely convinced that some of the people that just stir confusion and attacks and criticism are agents. I really do. Some of them have criminal records. Like if you see somebody with a criminal record who's just out here acting a fool, attacking, saying crazy things, always constantly seeking to discredit and whatever, I'm willing to bet you that people like that were told, like, if you don't do our bidding, you're going to go back to jail. And because some people I would look at and be like, you have a long rap sheet. Why aren't you in prison right now? Like, how is it that you're walking around free? And based on what I saw in terms of just research, there are so many sneaky ways that they work to undermine anything black people believe in. They just say, as long as we make people not trust that thing, as long as we make people not sure, like, okay, I thought that guy was cool, but I found out that he did something in 2016 that I don't like. And then your doubt is there. And then you say, well, I'm not going to be a part of that. And that just really doesn't happen to, I don't see that really happening to white people much. But then again, at the same time, maybe it does. And we just, it just shows up in a different way. But just keep that in mind too. The things I believe in, the people I believe in, unless it's something absolutely egregious, I'm going to stick with what where I plant my roots. So for example, Dr. Claude Anderson, he taught me that actually, because Dr. Anderson, he came to me when he said that, he said, yeah, people will say, well, why you hang out with Boyce and Boyce this and Boyce that? And he just said, I know what Boyce has done for me. I know how Boyce has behaved when he's been around me. I know that Boyce came through for me when you did nothing for me. When y'all did nothing, said nothing, supported nothing. And so he said, I'm going to always stand by Boyce. He said, I tell him, if you say something negative about Boyce, I'm going to hang up on you. And that largely was driven by the fact that, number one, he's a soldier, so he has a military mindset. He understands how division is used to conquer an army. And then number two, he knows what I've actually done, right? So what I would say is, when we talk about anybody that might have something to say about a black-owned business or the Tulsa Fund, anything like that, I would just ask them. I'd say, okay, we know what you have to say about Jay Morrison. We know what you have to say about Fund. What have you done? Let's talk about you. Let's scrutinize you and your contribution to the community. And I bet you that none of those people are able to provide any evidence that they're doing anything good for the black community at all. Nothing. And then when you ask them that question, they're going to start deflecting immediately. They're going to say, well, what about that nigga over there? He that nigga over there. Okay, yeah, we get that. We're going to get to him later. But what about you? What are you accountable for? And most of them can't tell you anything that they've ever done that's been positive. Not one single thing. So I just say to them, okay, if he's not good at it, fine. Can you do a better job? If I suck, if I'm bad or whatever you think I am, okay, fine. Let's talk about you. Let's look at your track record. Yvette Carnell, you created the ADOS movement that had a lot of support from a lot of people. I was going to support. I supported you. I gave you thousands of dollars. I helped you out in $1 million. And you ruined it. You destroyed black people's best chance to get reparations, and you created factions because you're not emotionally intelligent enough to be an adequate leader. So now the ADOS movement's in the toilet. People don't trust it. If I go to people and recommend it, they say, oh, that crazy lady, who attacks everybody is the leader. I don't want to be a part of that. So you ruined that. She destroyed that movement. Is garbage. It's like a good corporate brand. It's like taking a corporate brand and just crapping on it. So effectively, now don't get me wrong, it's nothing against the members of ADOS. The members of ADOS, or the people that support it, they're kind of like FBA people, really. That's why the whole FBA movement started, was because ADOS had such terrible leadership. They were just like, well, we're going to go and be FBA with Tariq, when really they're kind of the same. Like, you are such a terrible leader that you literally took something that people were willing to rally behind and ruined it because of your ego, your short lack of emotional intelligence, and the fact that you're just a dirty little evil scamming person who wanted to do this to feed your own self-esteem. So I'm gonna say, again, after you finish attacking everybody else and we go through the list of all the black people that you hate, what about you? And I guarantee you that most of these people have nothing to say. They cannot defend it. They cannot respond to that. So that's what I think. Ain't nobody perfect up in this game. Ain't nobody got a perfect track record. So the question is, how do you navigate a space where you have so many people who are imperfect that are criticizing each other for their imperfections? I don't know how you navigate that space. I would definitely say this too. I don't believe in black leadership. Nobody should be your leader. Nobody should be somebody that you're just following. I would encourage you, lead yourself. Don't get caught up in the YouTube fights. Don't get caught up in the pettiness. Just focus on your family. Take care of you. Handle your business. Because all these people, they trying to get clicks on the YouTube video so they can make some money to pay the rent. That's what they're doing. So anyway, guys, I gotta go. Have a good day, everybody. And by the way, I gotta go. But by the way, if you want to join us, we're doing stock market on my new YouTube, on my new Instagram page, where you can ask me questions about stocks and investing. And I promise I won't bring up any of this other stuff. I'm only talking about this because it's 4 a.m. and I'm in Europe and just bored. But on Tuesdays, it'll all be back to business. So if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is Dr. Boyce Finance, and so feel free to join us on Wednesdays. My dissertation was on the stock market, so I know a lot about stocks and all that. So I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. All right, take care, everybody.